My day job is actually as a consultant. So I normally support the controller or CFO, the practice manager in the case of CPA firms. I'm normally working with them to really look at technology, develop technology strategy, and then actually oversee a lot of the implementation. So today we're going to go over a bunch of different concepts. I normally do this presentation both for the IT side and for the finance side, not usually together, so that's going to be fun today because we've got both sides of the house here. So we'll start off with the anatomy of an IT budget. We'll look at what are the different things that compose the IT budget. And we're going to start really granular. So think of that as almost like our accounting 101. We're going to do a lot of definitions there. We're going to talk about different things. It'll start to sound kind of repetitive, but it's because we're actually going to build. Second important thing is that IT budgets really have a large multi-year impact, but a lot of them are made with a single year focus. And a lot of people are focused on what's happening next year. And as I'm trying to make some decisions, and that's what we want to do today, is look at how do I use the budget as a tool to make better decisions. We actually do not fulfill our full role if we're not looking at multi-year. One of the biggest complaints or things that I see when I'm working with clients on this is that they're unable to distinguish mandatory versus discretionary costs. This was actually very important in when we went through this last recession. Because I had to figure out, I had to trim my budget. How do I trim my budget? What is discretionary? What can I actually trim without interjecting risk then into my organization? And I hate this, right? I see nodding heads already. Vendors will give you proposals and you're like, how do I actually compare this? Am I really getting the same thing? A large part of what I do, especially within the software selection or system selection area, is helping to figure out how do we make this an apples-to-apples comparison so I can actually make a decision comparing two things that are truly similar. We can't really get it the same, but we can at least get it similar. The reason we do this is once you identify the different types of expenditures, that's going to tell you how to handle it. Hardware budget, this one's normally pretty easy for everyone. What hardware is at end of life? How long will it last? Are there any maintenance contracts? Increasingly, maintenance contracts are getting paired in with hardware. You've actually been seeing this for years and years now. And I actually tell clients, if you're not purchasing the maintenance contract with the hardware, you're like almost asking to like blow your budget in future years. Even now, normally whenever we purchase a piece of equipment, whatever I think that useful life is going to be, not tax useful life, like actual useful life. How long do I think I'm going to have this in production? That's what I actually go and I try and get that same hardware maintenance contract for that same period. Why? It's cheaper to buy it all up front than get a 1 year and then renew it for 2 years and then renew it for 2 years or however long. Buy it once, get it all done at the beginning. Those of you that are from the IT side, don't you hate it when all of a sudden this project gets dropped into your lap and they're like, oh, we're buying the system, by the way. We're buying the software, by the way. And you go and you look at it and it's, whoa, our servers are not ready for this. Our environment's not ready for this. Right? So increasingly we're having to see outside of the IT department as we're doing the IT budget. You need to know what's going on within the organization itself.